Well, the big one is on. Man United is hosting Liverpool at Old Trafford this weekend. And we all know to it that Liverpool is one of those teams that have gonna hit obviously win all their first two games. You know, they beat Ipswich by 2-0 and they beat Brentford by 2-0. They haven't gonna hit to concede a single goal. And Manchester United has so far gonna hit to swallow two, and we don't know whether they'll obviously have all what it takes not to concede many other goals into the mix. Welcome to this channel. United Matters channel it is, and if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. But it's really the biggest game in English football, Man United versus Liverpool. These are the hugest trophy carriers into the side of the English or United Kingdom football, and they're really rivals, you understand? And Man United is really ready and Liverpool is really ready, and smash the like button close to how many times? 300 times. And you can as well go into the comment section and tell me what your prediction is like. But here onto this channel, we are here to bring you what we think this game of football is going to be like. Now, Man United comes into this game of football after losing to Brighton away by 2-1. They lost it late, you know, and Liverpool won 2-0 against Brentford. You understand that very, very, very well. And nothing comes next to that, you know. Then, when we go to, before we go into the team news, I would love to obviously tell you to it that we are powered by, not powered by, this is the channel, and we are United Matters channel, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. And let's go into the team news. Team news is Lindelof out, Rasmus Højlund out, though he's back on the grass, but he's really out. Mason Mount is out, Lenioro is out, Luke Shaw is out, and Tyrell Malacia is out. I think United is really having 6 players out of this encounter. Then Manuel Ugarte out of the Liverpool game because he was not registered on time, meaning that from there today he will be announced, and then later he'll travel to Uruguay, you know, play into what we call the international break, and then he'll return to prepare for the other games that Man United will be really getting ready to play into the mix. So after that, we go to the side of Liverpool. They're only having one injury, and that is the injury of Curtis Jones. The rest of the players for Liverpool are there, and they're really readily available to see to it that everything really moves on as planned into the mix. So that is Liverpool for you, and they're really ready to take on Manchester United. So let's go into the predicted starting 11 for the club of Manchester United and see how things are really going to be happening and which changes the manager wishes to make. System is a 4-2-3-1 for the club of Manchester United. That is really well known at Manchester United, and in between the stitches there is no doubt about it. It's all about Andre Onana, no doubt about it, and he has only kept one clean sheet, and I believe that his defenders never did justice to him in the game of Brighton. He never really deserved to concede 2 goals because the first one was caused by Harry Maguire, and the second one was all about poor defending by these defenders at the club of Manchester United. So Andre Onana is going to be in between the stitches, and I think he's going to be having a busy day because Liverpool is really a team that really opens up. But the stats for Manchester United have gone ahead to include all show that Manchester United has not gone ahead to obviously concede very many shots at goal this season. You understand? So it's not going to be how it was last time, because last time when we played against Liverpool, they really reached at our goal. I think at Anfield it was 32 times. At Old Trafford, close to at Old Trafford, close to 19, if I'm not mistaken, you know. But last season we beat Liverpool once and drew twice. So looks like Erik ten Hag is really going to be facing his fellow countryman, that is Ancelotti, and be ready to obviously welcome him at Old Trafford for the very first time. Remember, this game is really one of the biggest rivalries in world football. Now, right back, I believe it's going to be Mazrui. And I believe Mazraoui is really going to be having a very hard work to do to obviously stop the man known as Luis Diaz, who is really in his almost in the form of his life. In the first 2 games of the season, he shows that he's really sharp, and Onslaught has going to obviously add a different touch of class onto the player, and is really very, very threatening into the mix. So Mazraoui came in through and really played his day for the club of Manchester United, and he really looked good and hot into the mix. So that is Mazraoui for you, and I anticipate that a lot is really going to be happening for the guy known as Mazraoui. On the left, I think it's going to be Diego Dallo again maintaining that position as a left back for the club of Manchester United, and it's going to be facing Mohamed Salah. You know, sometimes you really look at that and will ask yourself, how is he going to stop Mohamed Salah? But we all know it has the ingredients and the tools to obviously stop this guy. He has the minerals to stop Mohamed Salah, because we've seen him close down the likes of Salah. He has closed down the likes of Bukayo Saka, the best right wingers into the Premier League. Central defense on the right side, guys, I would love to see Matthias de Ligt. I don't know what the manager is really gonna do, but I believe Harry Maguire is supposed to be dropped, and I believe it's Matthias de Ligt to start onto the right. Onto the left side of the central defense, Lisandro Martinez. That is the back five that I believe Ten Hag is really gonna be fronting as we take on the side of Liverpool. So that central defense is gonna be facing Diego Jota, because I don't see Darwin Núñez starting into this game. Jota will obviously lead the line for the side of Liverpool. Then in the central defense, I think it's gonna be Casemiro into the mix to start, and we all know that is really very predictable. And obviously Kobbie Mainoo, that double pivot, is obviously gonna be having a very huge job to do as we take on the side of Liverpool. But you understand that at least Casemiro has been trying to obviously look elite, but he's not really at the levels that we anticipate him to be. Maybe he relaunches himself today, that he's really ready to take on that midfield of Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, and McAllister. You understand? So that midfield is really going to be facing that of Manchester United, and I believe we'll have a very good go into this game of football, and we can really give Liverpool a game. On the right attacking side of the midfield, no doubts about him, it's gonna be Amad Diallo, rewarded by the manager for the good works done by him into the mix, and I anticipate that a lot is really gonna be happening into the best way possible for him to do the. He's gonna be facing Robertson, and I think he can really sit him down, because he now has the trust of the manager to take off players. And one thing I like about Amad Diallo, he's really unpredictable. So I believe Amad is really gonna be starting onto the right. I would love Garnacho to start onto the left, but I tell you what, this manager is not gonna do it. He's really gonna be starting Marcus Rashford. You know, that's really very obvious. You know, he's really gonna be starting Marcus Rashford onto the left. And for Marcus Rashford, in the season of 2022-2023, where he went ahead, obviously launched himself into scoring his first goal of the season and went ahead to score 30. It was the third game of the season where United was playing against Liverpool and really scored the second goal. Martial released him and scored the second goal. Remember that very well. Now, you never know, this might be the game where Rashford is really going to relaunch his career, because he was not included into the team of the England national team that's going to beat us holding it out. And I believe that alone is like a wake-up call for him to obviously put in the record shift altogether for the player as him. So that is what you're really having in through from the man himself, known as Rashford. He might really raise up to the occasion and really put in a very huge shift altogether. So that is Marcus Rashford for you. So central attack midfield, no doubts about that. With Mason Mount injured, obviously going to be Bruno Fernandes. No playing a false number 9 this time round. That is it. And by the way, the injury of Mason Mount for me is a blessing, these guys, because we would have gone to get disturbed by this player. You understand? Yet would have gone to obviously have better options when Joshua Zirkzee is leading the line. Rasmus Højlund away, but Joshua Zirkzee, I think, gets a chance to start into the team of Manchester United. He got in 30 minutes against Fulham, where he scored. Then he got in 45 against Brighton, and I think he is in good shape to start against Liverpool and obviously torment them into the mix. You know, he's that bully of a striker and talented, and he knows Virgil van Dijk very well. They know each other very well because they train together during the Euros. And I know to it that Zirkzee can obviously do the job and will give us that focal point that we've always gonna hit to cry for in the previous 2 games that we played in the Premier League. That is Joshua Zirkzee for you. So that is the probable starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. And for Liverpool, I anticipate that they're going to be having Alisson Becker in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold right back, left back Robertson, central defense Konate and Virgil van Dijk. Then the midfield Gravenberch, McAllister and Szoboszlai. Then Salah right forward, Diaz left forward, and Diego Jota will lead the line. That's what I believe it's really going to be like. But it's going to be a highly competed game for. But I'm liking the display of Manchester United, and I believe that we are obviously going to give them a game at Old Trafford. And even their managers, like, when they're beating us in the preseason, he said that they never really had a lot of people in there for you. You know, like the fans were really divided. But this time round, almost the entire stadium is going to be supporting Manchester United. You know? So, head-to-head stats. 1. Manchester United have won just one of their last 12 Premier League meetings with Liverpool. 5 draws, 6 losses, beating them 2-1 at Old Trafford in their third game of the 2022-2023 campaign. The third game was won in the campaign of 2022-2023, and the big question is, are we going to win this one too? I leave it there. Secondly, Liverpool have lost just one of their last 6 Premier League away games against Manchester United, 2 wins, 3 draws, while only Manchester City 9 have won away at Old Trafford, more than any other raids in the competition history. Thirdly, Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Since Sir Alex Ferguson retired, Man United have lost 13 of their 35 Premier League games played in September, only losing more often in May since 2013-2014. It's more defeats than they suffered in the month in 76 games under the Scot. Fourthly, Liverpool have won both of their Premier League games 2-0 this season. Twice before have they won each of their first 3 in the campaign without conceding, doing so in 2013, 2014, 2019, 2018, 2019. They beat Man United 1-0 on the 1st of September in the third game in there for you. So that is another one. And lastly, no team has had more shots than Liverpool in the Premier League this season, 37, while the Reds also have the highest expected goals total and the lowest expected goals against total 1 so far. So that's what you're getting in through from the man himself, known as Gugu, as far as these stats are really concerned. But in this game, 1, I believe we can win it. That is it. And I'll go for a 2-1. I'm going for a 3-2 win for the club of Manchester United at Old Trafford. Anticipate that we beat Liverpool when you're really having a depleted side. But when you look at that probable starting 11 that I'm going to hit to put up, it can beat any team at Old Trafford. That is it. It can beat any team at Old Trafford because it really looks good. And off the bench, we'll be having some other players that can come in and really change the game, like maybe Garnacho. You talk about Anthony, Toby Collier might also be thrown in. So we are really having a weak bench, by the way. That is, if you look at our benches, we can't talk about Ericsson on that bench and other players. John Evans, Harry Maguire, you know, it's not really one of those benches that are really going to be interesting because even Jadon Sancho might be leaving for the side of Chelsea. So that is the probable starting 11. I'm calling in for your reactions into the comment section below on who do you think is really going to be winning this game of football. On my case, I believe it's a 3-2 win for the club of Manchester United. Sorry about that. I believe you're going to be putting Liverpool to a sword at Old Trafford. And as you know, you've always called it Old Trafford, and Liverpool will obviously fall onto our sword, according to me, because this is Old Trafford and I tell you what, they haven't gonna hit to concede a goal, but they're gonna concede against Manchester United. My prediction 3-2. So I call upon for your reactions into the comment section about it. But I believe we are really gonna have a very interesting game because Ten Hag now expresses himself well with the ball on the pitch, and his players really are looking good. The only problem is all weak link is Marcus Rashford in this team. That is it. And Eric Ten Hag starting Harry Maguire. That is it. So guys, I sign out for now. See you later, and continue to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers on this channel, and we'll celebrate that milestone like no other. So let's see close to 300 likes on this video. That has been the match preview. I'm gonna be coming up with the combined 11. I think tomorrow, and it's the third video of the day. We are still having 2 or 3 videos to go depending on how the deadline transfer window is really gonna be ending, but we are still some hours off from it really coming to pass. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. But Liverpool is paying United a courtesy visit that is going to result into one of the most watched games of the season. Bye-bye.